Hello everyone and welcome back to ElectroHobbyTube. Today we are going to be building this Tesla coil and its power supply. Oh yes. So I hope you're all excited. Hope you've all been busy during the holidays. If you're not excited, I am sure by the end of this video this tube of CO2 certainly will be. How noble. Okay, let's explain a few things. So we have our LED, we have resistors, we have capacitors. Okay. The resistors are 10Ks. If you can tell me what the colour code are in the comment box. We've also got 105s, these little capacitors here. 105 is 1 microfarad, 50 volts. These are these little yellow ones over here. There we go. Have a look at those. Yes, there's the resistors. And like usual, we do like to test our LEDs to make sure they work, so we don't waste our time trying to take them back out again later. As you may notice, we have got 2 capacitors, 2 resistors, and 2 LEDs. Yes, one looks a little bit more blue than the other one. Oh, that's one of those colour changing ones. It's definitely this one then. There we go. Yeah, it seems like maybe they've covered themselves by giving a couple of extra components. Right, okay, so we've got our power connector, we've got our switch, our components. Here we have a transistor. This is an NPN. Now, it is called a BD243C, and it's NPN, but apparently it's bidirectional, bijunction. Okay, and we've got fixing heatsink for the transistor, and our standard little Tesla coil that comes with it. Who knows? Maybe if people ask, I might even change and swap it out and put this bad boy in there later. Okay, also what you might be able to see here is something called a neon. Yeah, can you see that? So this runs at about 90 volts upwards, and on DC one side will illuminate or the other depending which way around it is. If it's powered up with AC, it will flicker across the 2 little carbon rods inside. Okay, and here is our PCB, as you can see. Yep. You might notice on here as well there's a little coil. That is the primary winding for the transformer to power the coil. And as you can see here, we have got on this diagram, transformer, new component. Okay, let's get soldering, shall we? And get the temperature up. Remember, with the solder, when we're soldering, what must we do when we finish soldering? Wash our hands. Yes, okay. Right, let's get this DC socket in. That looks a bit weird. We'll put that in there like that. It does. Goes that way. There we go. Positive to positive. Positive to positive. Negative to negative. Yes. Okay. Make sure it's down. Yep, it's all down. There we go. Get some medium on there. Have you all been busy during the holidays? Wonder if you're starting to get bored between now and New Year's Day. Should be all excited for the new year. Catch up on little chores. Go out, do some hobbies. I have been trying to find lots of equipment so I can build these projects. Because also, when I build this later, if people ask, I will swap out the smaller coil that came with it for that bigger one, which means I've had to find some enamelled wire, because this has a printed circuit board coil, and it's very small, but it is the same size pretty much as the standard coil. But when I put this bad boy on later, I'll have to use something called enamelled wire, so we'll get that on later. Right, next, capacitor. That's the next bit in the circuit, because when you turn this on, first thing it does is connects the capacitor across the supply. Does anyone know why? Okay, well, with this flickering and pulsing with the transistor and the resistor, just kind of smooths out the supply a little. Alright, what's next? From there it would go to the resistor. Like I say, these are 10Ks, if you can see them there. Anyone know what the colour code is? I have written it down on the pad. Right, we'll make this one stand up. Okay, does anyone remember what the 4th band on the resistor is? What it's for? The first 3 are for the value. Yes, and also this won't be an hour long like that one the other day. I thought it was only going to be about 40 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, but it wasn't 20-40 minutes, was it? No, it turned out to be an hour and 5 minutes. So don't worry, we will be. Oh, got a little bit of mechanical. Right, here's a screwdriver. Where did we put the screwdriver? There it is. Okay, now with this transistor operating very quickly, what will happen is it'll get very hot. So what we do is sometimes we would put paste here, depending, but for now we are just going to make sure this is nicely screwed in. Could have gone in that way, maybe. No, definitely that way. Bit big, that screw. Let's see, we've got a better screwdriver. Sure we have. There we go. Don't think there's any thread in this. There we go. Yeah, so this transistor will get quite hot while it's functioning. And I think that is why they chose to give us a couple of spare components, just in case. So most likely the capacitor will fail over time, or when it's being stretched to its limit, and the resistor. There we go. So they give you a spare. It did come with 2 LEDs. I think I've just put the other one up there, out of the way, thinking it was the coloured one from the tree. Did anyone find the information, the question I did in the build a tree? You know, that last resistor on the pad? Maybe I'll have to do a short ask again later. Make sure that that's nicely soldered. Any dry joints there. There we go. Yeah, apparently this BD243C, when I've looked for the data sheet, it actually turns around and says that it is discontinued. Yeah, it is supplied from this little kit from Aliexpress. I do also wonder if they give you the neon, so eventually you can swap out the LED for the neon. But I don't think there's enough voltage there for that. Okay. That's done. Yeah. Anybody know which colour tube of Nobel gas they want to see illuminated later? Or should I just choose? There we go. That's the LED in. Right. So has anybody made any plans for the new year? Any vices or things that they're going to stop doing? As you can see here, because this is enamelled wire, I am just heating off the outer coating, so it's got a good connection. There we go. There it goes in there. There we go. Now I will solder this, but also I might just get the glue out. Okay. Another one. There we go. Oh, that's difficult to see. Should have gone to Barnard Castle. Right. Leave that for a second while it sets. What we want to do is get a power supply set up, and we'll see if it runs on 3 volts. That looks like it's set a bit. There we go. Right. Hey. There we go. Right then. Yes, I've been tidying up my table. I'm a hoarder. I have lots of things taking up lots of space. So, let's get that out of the way. Okay, now we are on 3 volts. Does it work on 3? Ooh. Right, is it a CO2 energizer? No. Let's turn out the lights and have a look, shall we? Wait there, everyone. I'll just turn out the big lights. Let's just have a check. Turn up the voltage a little bit. I reckon 5 volts. I wonder if it lights this neon up. Right, okay. I shall turn the big light on. There we go. Now, just wait there a minute. I shall just pause the video and give it a quick fault find for you. Or maybe, yes, that's definitely hot. So, I wonder. I shall swap this out. Big light coming on. Right. Let's remove this. Yes. Now, we'll just give this one more try. I wonder if it wasn't connected. Might have been some spare enamel on there. What did we say? We got a hole in there? Very tiny. Right. Maybe a little bit of solder first. Then we can clear it out. That's not wanting to come out, is it? I need to get some flux on that. Could try the braid. Yeah. It's been difficult. I don't think that track's connected properly. It's very strange. Might just use something to clear the hole. It's like the solder's dried inside. It does happen sometimes. Yeah. There we go. Now what I'll try and do is get that in there. Give that a trim. It could be the quality of the Tesla coil. I need a little bit more of that super glue. Very strange. If this doesn't work, I'll swap it out for some enamel cable. Maybe even try out that big one. Just let that set for a second. Yeah, that is strange. But it does happen. It's only yesterday. I was saying, or should I say in the last video, most of the things I generally get, they work pretty well first time. Connected there. It's cooler now. Right. These ain't helping hands, it's more like a helping finger. Oh, no, it's come off. That is not connected. I wonder, I might just try solder it straight onto this pad here. Yes, that's very strange. Wrong glue. Yeah, I will just, if this doesn't work, I will pause the video and I'll drill the PCB or find an alternative way to get a proper winding of enameled wire on there, and then we can see what this Tesla coil looks like. Let's see if we can excite this Nobel gas tube. I'm quite excited to see if they actually work. Okay, right. Probably doesn't help very much, the fact just doesn't seem to be wanting to do anything. I would say that that's working. It's definitely working. Let's try brave this out. It's not doing anything. Right, I will pause the video and then I will come back in a minute. Wow, welcome back. That was a little bit of a faff. I did find that there was a little scratch on the track. So, I don't know if you can see here, I've added my own coil. And I've actually drilled the PCB and stuck it on. And stuck it in the same position, well, the same places on the track. And made sure that the other track was cut. I don't know if you can see there. Just in between the switch and the coil. Well, what I've done is I've scratched out the old PCB track. And you'll see, so I've got like a couple of these. I might actually have to give one of these away as a prize. But if you can see on there, there's a little track, and that track goes round twice and then comes back and goes through the board and pops out. One part joins to the switch and one comes over to the transistor, so you can see a track that comes up through here. Well, what happened was I did have a scratch, so I've decided to replace it, and in doing so I checked to see why it still wouldn't work, and this is not a 5-volt device. So even though I have my little portable adjustable power supply that runs on batteries, it couldn't put out the current to keep it going. So what I did was I found myself a 12-volt power supply. So here we go. So this wasn't an hour-long video. You can see that this works. Here is a neon. Look at that. That's amazing, isn't it? Oh, here's the exciting bit. Right. So, okay. So you can, I don't know if you can see that glow in there. I will try and... Ooh, a bit of sparkage. Yeah. So, I will just lift this up, just so you haven't got that blue LED pointing in your eyes. That should just knock it off a little bit. Now, you can see the tube. Now, if I grab earth from the radiator, I don't know if you can see that on the tube there. Right. Let me just turn the lights out and show you what this looks like. So that is the CO2. Now, depending, you can also put it the other way. That is the CO2. Now, give me a comment if you would like for me to try the neon. Yes. Maybe I will try the neon. Let's try the neon. Wow, look at that. Now that is spectacular. I didn't think it would reach that. That's pretty powerful. It's definitely... Wow, look at that. Oh, I wonder. The neon, yeah. Wow, yes. So, I think I know how I'm going to update my new cover next to the name. So, which is, if I turn that around and try touch, does it? No, it doesn't alter it too much. But yes, please put in the comments. Please let me know if you want me to try that. In this other project, I've also got a larger coil than this one. So I'm thinking, shall I try both of these and swap them? But like I said, right, let me just show you the light is coming back on. That is pretty good. That is good. I wonder. Oh. Yeah, right, I'm going to put the lights back on. So watch your eyes. Okay. That's still glowing, look. Look at that. It's amazing. Yes, so I am going to give this away as a prize. I have checked this PCB so that this is actually has continuity across where the coil is, and I've checked the rest of it. So I'll give that away as a prize. Did anybody answer what was the resistor value in the video before this one for the LED tree? I asked. There was 3 sets of resistors. Yes. Color codes. If you can see the color codes. Can you see the color codes? Right. Can you tell me what the value was? And for bonus points, if you take the first letter of each of my channel name, yeah, ElectroHobbyTube, that is something that we call like in power. So we've got low voltage, high voltage, and we also get to things like the old televisions which used extra high tension, EHT. What does the colours in my name as a value as a resistor, the first 3 stripes, equal? Please put that in the comments. Right, okay, this will be a prize if you can get both those questions right. Alright then. Okay, let's end the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and please share this channel with other people. I would be happy to have more followers. Apparently I've done quite well over the last couple of days. It's gone up in the thousands, especially on the short video I did. So thank you very much. I will do a short for this as well to invite you around to the premiere. Thank you. See you later. Have a wonderful day. Bye. And a wonderful evening as well.